We have our beliefs in what people should and should not do with their bodies. But what do we really know about that? I've taken classes on psychology, life science psychology, and gone over the fetal process, how this affects the fetus itself and the mother. But as this problem relates to me, I have taken it to try and educate myself on the situation and why people are for or against abortions. Anyone remember what the Prohibition era was like? And when abortions were illegal, then they would kind of get the picture of what would happen if we kind of do legalize it. Many have a different reason why they are against it, but there are more problems with banning it as well. There are many solutions we can agree on, even if it's to illegalize it with exceptions. Many won't see the benefit of it, but there are some ups and downs to this. Our first step is to find the problem. Many people want to stop this due to their own beliefs, even if it doesn't affect them, but there are also the outcomes of what happens when we do get rid of it. Many reasons for it. The abortion is due to death of fetus, which is a very sad thing. But the death of a fetus, if not taken care of or taken out, can lead to the death of a mother, as seen in many Poland reports where abortion is illegal, with a mother dying with the fetus as well. There are many abusive homes or abusive reasons why people get abortions, as to not have something to hook them or ground them to that area, which may go with religious beliefs. A big example of this is child marriage. Many who escape child marriages say they did not want to leave due to leaving their children behind. And so with the legalization of abortions, this would allow them to get an abortion when they found out they were pregnant and not have a reason to stay and be able to escape without having to leave what they love behind. And for many who say the fetus is live, it does not fully have a heartbeat and its own separate heartbeat or brain functions until, I want to say, 6 months or the third trimester. But we can also find out more information thanks to the Cleveland Clinic for their website informing us of the field development. As well as, similar to Prohibition, when speakeasies became a very popular thing to drink alcohol illegally, so did abortions. When abortions were legal, many went to them to seek it, but later died due to the infection and unsanitary practices it had, as it was not a professional medical area and did not have professional medical equipment, later killing over 1 million women seeking abortions. Well, and on the chart below, on the screen, we see where abortions are legal or are safe, with America and Europe having the most safest ones, while places in Latin America, Africa, and Asia having the least safe abortion practices ever. While we may know the facts of why and who and what about solving the problem itself, regulated rules and laws. If prohibition taught us anything, is that having something regulated is better than legal. We have to have rules on how long you have to get an abortion. So maybe with the people saying that it's alive, 4 months being maybe the latest, maybe 5 to 6 months being the latest. We don't know fully. Exceptions will have to be made. So if it's a life or death situation, that will be exception. If it's a financial failure, meaning they don't have the rights to support a child and do not wish to do adoption, with the permission of a doctor and another person, they would be able to. And if they are a minor, or have been in a sexual assault or abuse home as well, which would be another exception as to why they would get abortion if we do illegalize it. If it does become legal, states may moderate it to fit their laws, but they still have to follow the baseline rules of there being exceptions, meaning they cannot ban fully these people from getting them. They will be allowed to get them regardless. And we will have to educate on what happens during the abortions and the fetal process, like your psychology class would. Psychology does not care about the exceptions or beliefs of someone, as it just seeks to prove and explain what happens. With many psychology classes, going over what would happen to the mother if certain drugs were put in the system, like coffee or marijuana, and what would happen to the baby as well, which would lead others from not having these substances while pregnant. While we do have a solution, many will not agree with this, as it does either illegalize or legalize. It does not have a proper solution. But there is a potential outcome. Many will not be affected by the action, but it will decrease the chance of teen pregnancy or ill-timed pregnancy. But many will be against it, either for the loss of control, their belief, unprotected sex, or more. As we see in the graph below, since the legalization of abortions from ages 18 to 19, 15 to 19, and 15 to 17, as of 2021, pregnancy rates have gone down in teenagers. And if we see in the other graphs below, many states where teen birth rate is either high or low, we can also see in another chart where abortions are in effect as of June 9, 2022. We see in states like Washington, where it has somewhat protected abortions, has a low teen pregnancy, and some where it's fully protected, having no pregnancy at all. This would be the reason why we have states regulate them, as some states who, even they'll have a very strict protection or are protective, still have a low pregnancy rate, while those who are not protective have the highest pregnancy rate. There will still be exceptions to laws to lower them to the point that everything is white, but we are not fully there, or will not fully make it. But this would decrease unsafe sex in teens, along with adults, not allowing for STDs to spread more, along with HIV or any other sexually transmitted diseases. Many will still try to ban it, but even if it's banned, we will still have exceptions in place, as stated before, with teens, sexual assaults, or medically needed. Financial struggle might not be considered, but it would be a big help if it would be. This doesn't mean we ostracize people against it, as they have their own opinions. We just have to understand where these people come from. Everyone has the right to do what they want in the goodwill of their bodies, against it or for it, but we can't get in the way of it. We have to find the problem, find why people are for or against these things, regulate the rules and laws, because if we don't, more will die due seeking to illegal means. And potential outcome. This will lower many things, and many people actually thinking about what they want for the future. This doesn't mean that they won't be the change. No one deserves to be denied healthcare, even if it means abortions. And I would like to thank the BMG Clinical Research Education for allowing a lot of this information to be accessed, as well as